on, y'all? Gonzo's Convos, Season 5, Episode 2. Today, we have on, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Yana Malia, and that's it.
So, I feel bad because I combined them when I, like, on the poster and on the scheduling, I combined them together
Oh,
because that's what your Instagram looked like. So, I didn't know if that was like the whole name right there or if that was just your
no, it's okay.
personal. You said it was all right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So what are your overall thoughts on oh no, actually no, let's get started with like what you do and stuff like that.
Okay, so I do YouTube, and I'm also in Black fashion influencer on Instagram, and I dabble a little bit on TikTok. So I'm just like social media right now. So yeah.
Social media. What type of stuff you do on TikTok? Like just the dances or like
I mean, like right now, I'm trying to get to know my audience really, but I'm more so branding me right now. I feel like I'm posting more like clothes and stuff like that, and just makeup, hair. So yeah,
oh, okay, so more so like still on the fashion stuff with TikTok.
yeah.
You go live pretty often too or not so much?
I would say I go live a lot now because it's my first time actually going live,
Yeah.
but I've been going live a lot lately. So yeah.
So I don't know if it's just me and like several other people, but do you think TikTok live is a little bit on the toxic side of social media?
Um, I wouldn't say toxic side. I mean, it depends on how you see it, because I mean, when I go on TikTok live, it's a lot of things going on. Like first we have the trolls, then we have like different guys trying to get with me, then it's like the girls come in. So it's like it's just a whole lot of different opinions. I feel like if you know how to dabble with it and you know how to like control your emotions, you don't really see it as that. Cause I just see it as okay, just another person like talking they wait, can I cuss?
Yeah, just under the explicit category. You
Okay,
say what you
so
want.
talking they shit on social media. So like I don't really take it too seriously. So I wouldn't say it's really toxic. I feel like it just depends on how you take it.
Yeah, that's true. I know a lot of people would like ignore those type of things, but then once it gets to too much, then they finally just explode, and it's like, okay, damn. Like,
Yeah.
but I don't know. I feel like it's one of those things where people really join lives as just troll. Like that's what they like to do throughout their day when they're not doing
Yeah.
anything else. Is just go on there and troll other people. Um,
Yeah, exactly.
Probably mainly kids and shit. I don't know, but they're definitely like those bot looking accounts.
Yes. I mean, I've seen a few that like would screenshot a picture of me and put it as their profile and be like, "Oh, we look alike," and I'm like, "What the fuck?" Like, it's
Yeah,
it's
they've done that to me too. Or like, I'm not even a female, and they're like, your lashes are off or something like that. Like they said something about my lashes, and I was like, what the fuck?
yeah, it's just crazy.
Oh no, it was the fix your lashes, babe, or whatever the fuck it was.
Oh yeah,
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 yeah.
yeah, yeah.
I'm like, I don't even have like mine are all natural, so the fuck, all right, you know. But
Yeah, it's just
I would,
crazy.
I would say it used to be like back in I don't know 2000, probably before TikTok came out. It was Instagram that was like more so the most toxic social media app, and then
Mhm.
now TikTok I feel like took that over.
Yeah, I feel like because especially when like a lot of different age groups came and then ever since like the cancel culture and like people just came out like and started posting different type of things, then like
Yeah,
when the usual dances, that's when it started to get really chaotic because not everybody's putting out their opinions and not everyone's agreeing and it's just
yeah.
too much.
I just feel like in general, like, yeah, everybody got that freedom of speech and shit like that. But when it comes to social media, it's like you gotta really be careful what you post, type of deal. Like
Yeah,
that shit is real.
most yeah. Because everything you'll say is just like taken out of context and then like depends on who the person who's watching you too because they'll see
Mhm.
like, oh, let me try and like get this clip and post it and get her canceled or get him canceled.
Yeah. See,
So
the thing I don't like is because you said you're in the fashion. A lot of people are in the fashion, but what I've heard from other people that have been on this podcast that are also in the fashion, they
hmm
people automatically assume because they post those type of pictures and it kind of could look explicit. I guess for some people, I don't know why, but they automatically assume that they're on some type of hoe time. I don't really understand where the fuck that comes from because that's what they do. They post,
Yeah, yeah.
they post those type.
Um, what I can say on that, not to really take away from it, but to add on to it, um, using me as an example, I don't really post explicit things really. I feel
Yeah,
like I just dibble and dabble into them. But I do see the misconception because I mean it's not only as we are being sexualized, but also it's like, oh, people like the idea of us because of how we look
yeah.
and people want to be friends with us because we know how to do hair or we know how to dress and know how to do certain things. So there's a lot of like fakeness out there also
I
that
think when
comes
it
up.
comes, I think when it
Yeah,
comes to the dudes that see it, they're just like, oh, she looks good, so I'm a, like, comment, or
exactly,
follow. You know what I'm
exactly,
saying? But other
exactly.
females, I feel like get like a sense of jealousy or something, and feel like, oh, she's just.
Yeah,
It's like that's what she does. Like she posts shit like that. Like she's advertising.
exactly. And I don't think, I mean, I feel like to each his own. I mean, if it's your social media, you're gonna do what you want to do because it's
Yeah,
your, it's your social media. Um, I don't really like to judge other people because you don't really know if that's like what they like to do. You know what they're going through also. So I don't really want to like
true.
sit here and judge and say like, they're hoes or what the case may be because I'm not in that position myself, and I get it. Sometimes it's hard to really try to please everybody because you can't. People gonna
Yeah,
say what they gotta say about you regardless of what you do.
yeah,
So like you might as well just keep going, keep doing you for real, for real.
yeah, absolutely. But that's where
Yeah.
the whole controversy with OnlyFans and shit like pops in, or
Yeah.
yeah, pretty much OnlyFans or like stuff like that. That's where that whole controversy comes in, where it's like, why are they doing that? But like
Yeah.
some people are doing it because like it's extra money that they can use. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? So I don't know. What are your overall thoughts on OnlyFans?
I mean, it's not something I would do. I mean, I feel it's all about what you're comfortable with. I don't want to judge a girl for putting her body out there. Like you said, it's about her. Like, she wants to make her money. That's just what she wants to do. And some
Yeah,
people don't care about. Not to say they don't care about their body, but some people they express their bodies in different ways. You
yeah,
know. And I
yeah,
don't want to sit here and be like, "Oh, that's a wrong way to do it," because that's what's comfortable for them. And
yeah,
what's comfortable for me is that I just don't want to do that, but I can't just make the person feel bad for wanting to do that also. So I just feel like maybe, I mean, I can't say it isn't a great thing to do because I wouldn't want my body out there and just have people pay for it, pay to see me.
yeah,
But at the same time, if that's what you gotta do to make your money, if that's what's actually helping you, then do your thing.
yeah.
I feel
Which is
like
why
if
like which is why I don't knock the people that do it, because it's like, hey,
yeah,
like you said, do what you got to do type of deal. But
exactly.
I myself, my own opinion, I'm not big on that. I'm not a fan of the whole OnlyFans thing. I feel like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
I just feel like there's better ways to make money.
Yeah, and there
There's a
is,
lot of better ways.
there is. I just feel like, everybody's just different. Everybody just express themselves through, intercourse, and that's just them.
And for the dudes, like you got to be down that bad to throw money and subscribe and do all that shit. Like
That too is. I mean, I feel like I wouldn't say it's a double standard, but I can't say it is kind of like bizarre for both on both ends because I mean, there's people who are spending thousands of dollars just to see like,
I think I
girls
know which
do
one you're talking about.
whatever,
I think I know which
huh?
one you're talking about. Ruby Rose, is that the one you're talking about?
Ain't gonna lie, I was thinking about her too. But like thousands of dollars just to see her body, and it's just like that's how you can also create creeps also
Yeah,
because I mean for both girls and guys because you just don't know because they could be easily obsessed with your body and like how you look, and then they don't. And when people see stuff like that, they don't see the real person. They just see the fact that you look good, and I wanna do
exactly.
it. So I mean, to each his own, for real, for real.
I think Ruby Rose got herself a rich creep. You know, I
Yes.
definitely like. I don't know. I saw the amount he spent on her shit, but I don't remember exactly like what number it was. But I know it
Mhm.
was in the double digit grand right there. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? He spent a lot. Um, and she called him weird and stuff. Like she had him saved as like weird OnlyFans fan or some shit like that.
Yeah.
But it's
Yeah.
like in her head, what do you think she's thinking? Because no one's probably thrown that much money into her stuff. Like,
I feel like as a woman, I feel like she does kind of feel a little creeped out because I feel like reality. kind of kicks in. Like, damn, there's somebody who's, you know, and also the fact that she saw him in person. Also, like, you just
Yeah,
never know who you went into at different
yeah,
places. You don't know if you're gonna be followed or not. So I feel like she might be thinking of like a he's most definitely weird, and that she might have a stalker on her hands because there's someone who's looking at her and who's willing to do all that for her is not even a great look.
yeah.
Yeah.
But then again, like she saw him in person, so like my thing is, was he even weirder in person or something, or like did they actually not really like kick it
That's
like
the
that, or like what
thing.
actually went
I
down when they saw each other?
what I know, not what I know, but what I've seen about creeps is they don't show their creep at first. They like to like
Yeah, it's like
little by
relationships.
little
You don't know.
sizzle it in. Yeah, exactly. So
Yeah,
it's like I wouldn't think that you're gonna show her like, oh yeah, watch your videos and da. Like you don't know what he got going behind his head. You know, he could be a cool person, but it's just like I don't know how can you be a cool person and watch my videos like that to the point where you're spending that much money and we spontaneously are at the same spot at the
yeah,
same time to take a picture. You know,
yeah,
because I don't think she sat there and like broadcasted, oh, this is where I'm at. You know, so I mean, it's just a whole lot of safety problems with that, honestly.
yeah. Which I mean, it was something different. Like he definitely spent a lot on her, and it's something different for her. But at the same time, like she's one of those people that already makes a lot of money. So I guess that amount of money is like, okay, like that's not that much, but like why spend that
Oh
much?
yeah,
Weird.
that
So I can
too.
get that. I feel like, however, if it was like a regular female doing OnlyFans and the dude spent that much on her, that
Hmm.
she might be interested. She might. Like if it was a regular female, she might be interested in that.
She might for real.
But just because it's
But
Ruby Rose, Shooty sees more than that money, probably per week or whatever.
hmm
That's nothing. You know what I mean? It's still weird to her.
yeah, it's it's just a lot. I don't. I'm just. I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and judge anybody,
Yeah,
but it is it is too much that goes into it. You know, it could be a dangerous community to join.
I just think in general, like the whole, like I said, this whole generation, communities, all that, it's all out of whack in my opinion.
Hmm. Yeah.
Because now you have this thing where it's like, oh, females just want you for money. Then you have this where dudes just like to go and cheat on you and you know be with multiple women at the same time, and it's a crazy culture we live in right now.
Yeah. We gonna
But
start that conversation?
you said what?
You gonna start that conversation?
Let's start it. Shit.
Okay. Okay. So my take on it is that I think that everyone's lost, honestly. I feel like everyone's lost because um women are slowly losing the feeling that we have, you can say. Because I
Mm,
feel like the money part, right?
yeah,
Yes, money obviously is a factor in the relationship automatically. But the fact that that's like it's we're putting feelings and actual attraction, actual conversation in the background and putting those things forward. Yes, take care of ourselves, make sure we're good, but at the same time, get to know the person and
yeah,
see if you actually like the person. Same thing for guys. I feel like honestly, if you have a good girl by your side, why sit there and trying to fill a void that you have from when your mama did this or when your grandma did this or whatever excuse you have, and just be with the girl like there's somebody that's genuinely fucking with you, you know?
hey,
Not
I
only
can
that, I
see.
mean, like, wait, what?
I want to say when it comes to the mama issues, right? That's
Uh-huh.
some a lot of us as in the Latino culture we can't really control. Like we have mommy issues like that just follows.
Oh my gosh, it's too much to be honest. That
Us Latinos could be crazy when it comes to relationships, but look, I just think that I think you're right about that. Definitely, I think people are kind of losing their whole purpose when it comes to relationships. Like
yeah, yeah,
all in all, I feel like people get into the wrong relationships because they're all looking, but at the same time, when they find someone they're looking for, it turns out that's not what they're looking for. If that makes sense.
exactly, exactly,
And I feel like
exactly.
that's it. That's where the cheating can kind of, jump in there and play its part.
Mm-hmm.
And what's
Yeah,
worse is that
100%.
And what's worse is it goes back and forth. Let's say the dude cheats on the female. Female's like, okay, let's start this challenge. So she goes and cheats on him, and it just becomes a fucking domino effect.
Yeah, I feel like honestly we do have to like stop this cycle because who wants to continue on this whole toxic train and like people that's being broadcasted on social media too. So it's like some people are like encouraged to be that. I feel like even the when Drewski had came out with the standing on business, right? We took it and we ran with it. Like everybody's saying they standing on business. We all know not everybody's standing on business for real.
But they
You
need
know,
to be. They need to
but they
be.
need to be standing on business. So I can't say there is hope for us because a lot of us are trying to rebuild ourselves and to do better and everything. But I can't say that everyone's actually really doing it for like they say they are. Like the clout that comes with saying you standing on business for real, for real.
Yeah,
But I do also feel like a lot of people don't really need to be in relationships, because half of us are not really healed from. I know it's not like it's a controversy when saying that because everybody says it, but I
says
feel
it
like
says what? I'm very curious now.
the healing to say go get healed or go to therapy or like work on your issues. Like a lot of
When
people
it
don't like to hear that,
when it comes to the therapy shit, I've heard that it either doesn't help or it does. Like it's a hit or miss.
and that I feel like it all depends on you because I feel like there be like okay, for example, like I'm a black girl, right? So I could go to like a white therapist and I don't resonate with her. Or I could go to a black one that it didn't resonate with me. But it's all about like going with someone who just who genuinely listens. I feel like you just have to keep finding the right one until you find someone who you can actually talk to. I feel like it's anybody. I mean, it could be an actual therapist or it could just be you self medicating yourself in a way. Like,
Yeah,
you writing down your feelings and, working on yourself and like the shadow work book or whatever. That's for everyone. Because I don't have that, but like there's different ways to actually like help yourself. But I feel like people just hear therapy and just like throw it out and be like, no, F that, that's not it. But it's not like we're trying to push therapy onto you. It's just the fact that I feel like everyone just needs to work on themselves as a whole
yeah,
because
yeah,
we're not in our right minds all the time. We make dumb decisions and a lot of us lost our self-respect over relationships that we should never been in. We
yeah,
lost our worth, lost our value chasing after people who weren't there for us or who aren't for us at all. And I just feel like honestly we just have to like seek ourselves first. Because I
I
feel
got
like
you spitting on this one.
but yeah, like I just see everything. And I like also I've been through what I've been through this year with like relationships and stuff like that. So I just know that like I don't know, I'm just very like conscious of these things and I just like I see what's going on and
Yeah,
I don't like the fact that it's going on and it might get passed on to the next generation who is gonna continue to see that struggle love of being with somebody who's gonna continue to cheat on you and everything. Like there's parents who are not giving, great examples and there's friends who are giving bad advices and there's family members who are like have generational curses of different things that like they're going through. So it's just like I feel like we just need to like get ourselves together because it's all about I feel like we're in this world to like really experience life. You get what I'm trying to say?
you talking about
And
like you talking about like procreation,
like
like
mate
you're here to procreate type deal.
no, like I just feel like we're here to like really just experience life and to get to know ourselves. It's all about you because you're the main character of your world.
Yeah,
You shouldn't have to put up with certain things or to be in certain situations because I feel like a lot of us we keep losing ourselves in these relationships, right?
yeah,
And into things that don't benefit us. So I just feel like once we actually get to know ourselves and value ourselves, we wouldn't be stuck in situations that are degrading us from the get go. And we wouldn't have this toxic cycle that keeps going on and on and on and on. Because there's no reason why a guy should keep going to a girl that keeps hitting him, right?
yeah.
Just cause she has the good. You feel me? Like there's no reason why a girl should keep going with a guy because he hits her or he keeps cheating on her or disrespecting her, like, or he's a narcissist. Okay, then why you still with him? Like, why
Yeah,
you still there? And I feel like it's another thing is too we need to save ourselves, like the trouble from like these type of situations by not giving ourselves out to these people so early, because that's what gets us stuck in these type of situations also. But yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I like how you said or how you put value into it. How
Yeah.
a lot of people don't know their value these
Yeah.
days, and that's definitely true. Otherwise, if they did, like they would know exactly what they want, what they're looking for, all that type of stuff, what their goals are. And that's my thing. Like I feel like people just need to focus on their own shit. Focus on your own shit, and
Exactly.
then everything else falls into place. But that's relationships, business opportunities, whatever you could think of, will fall into place once you focus on your own shit. And
It
I
really
constantly tell
do.
people that same shit, and they're like, "Yeah, but I'm just on. I want a relationship." But it's like, I get that, but be patient. Like that's the best thing I could tell them
Let it
is
come to
be
you.
patient. You said
Let it
what?
come to you.
You said what now?
Let it come to you.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Let it come to you.
I do agree with that too. I feel like once we stop looking for relationships, I feel like you just start looking for yourself and figuring out
Mhm.
because at the end of the day, you don't want us waking up every single day looking at your face. You're walking around yourself. You're gonna be with yourself every single day, and you're putting all that energy into thinking about someone else and what they doing and what they got going on. Okay, but what are you doing though? What are you gonna do to change your like surroundings or your area? Because you're in a bad situation or in a good situation, whatever situation you're at, but you're not putting the focus on becoming better. Like you're putting that focus into trying to build someone else and to try to chase someone else who's not even good for you. Because I
Yeah,
feel like the right person that is for you wouldn't let you keep focusing on them. They'll put you in your place and tell you to focus on yourself and get your shit together. And we can do this together. But there's actually people who's like that. But I feel like we just keep
you
going for
get people.
toxic people.
You'll get people that won't even listen to that. Like you could tell them multiple times, and they just are just going to continue down the same route they're going.
Exactly.
You know.
So I feel like the right ones will be the one who will like get you in check and will help you to get to that place you need to be at. But the bad ones ain't gonna take you nowhere.
Nope. And I feel like right now, as of right now, people just got to find that shit out the hard way. Plain and
Yes.
simple. The ones that don't listen when their homies tell them or homegirls tell them, once it hits them, cool. Hopefully they learn from it. If they don't, then let it happen a couple more times, I guess.
And for some people I feel like it's they don't leave until they actually hate the person. Or there's a saying that I keep hearing that it says, God will show you. I don't know if everyone believe in God and everything, but God will
Yeah, I
show.
got crosses all over. Like ain't no devil shit happening up in here.
Okay, period. But yeah, God will keep putting into the same situation until you realize that you have to be forced to leave. Because I feel like once God shows a lot of people, for example, the red flags, right? You'll see them so many times, but it's just not clicking because you're so like into that person. You're so like upkept. You're like, no, but he's this or no, she's this or whatever the
Yeah,
case may be, and then you get put in bad situations, but you're still not equipped to leave. You still want to go back and go back. And I feel like the saying that God will let you still be in that same situation until you just have no choice but to leave and but to choose yourself and but to be ugh
you
sorry
got it. You got
but to
it.
like I don't know the right words to say it, like just he'll put you in a position to choose yourself
Yeah,
basically. Okay,
yeah.
yeah.
That's what I've always been taught was like God already has like a destiny for everybody. Every single person has a
Hmm.
destiny for that. You
Yeah,
know, and he's gonna lead regardless. He's gonna lead you down that right path. And if he got to teach you some
exactly.
lessons along the way, then so be it. But it's if these individuals could really catch on to these lessons and really get down the right path. That's really what
Yeah,
it comes up to be.
exactly. Another thing too is along with what you said about path is I feel like no matter what, our path never actually changes. If you get what I'm trying to say, I feel like our choices is what changes the path. Because I mean, I don't think we all have exactly one path for real. Because once your choices, okay, we have a certain path that's already there for us, right?
Yeah,
So okay, I could say, okay, two paths. We got the bad path and the good path, right? Like everyone says, be good, you can be on that path, bad, you're on that path. But I feel like our choices what get us to is what switches up our path into those bad situations and stuff like that. You feel what I'm trying to say? Because it's just like
I feel like there's an endless amount of paths you can go to. Like it can start
Exactly.
like there's paths where they can start off good and then end off bad, or start off bad then end off good. You know what I'm saying? Like all kinds of
Yeah,
different
that's true.
different
That's
paths you could take, but it's like which one's the right one?
exactly. So I feel like we really have to get with ourselves, really, because no one can take us there except for us,
Yeah,
into the life that you really, really want. No one can really take us there until like we actually choose. Because who want to be like that? Not to get dark or anything, but like who wants to be like dead and stuff like that, and haven't fulfilled any of the things that like you wanted to do because you're too busy in this bad situation that you was not supposed to be in, or you were too busy focusing on this or overthinking and like comparing yourself and like I feel like once you realize our full potential really will the path is like it's already like there because like we're aligned with it. You get what I'm trying to say? Yeah.
yeah, I get you. I get you. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's gonna take a lot for a lot of people to learn
Yeah.
in general, but I'm very curious what the future is gonna hold. As far as this whole generation, I'm really curious how different it's gonna be. If it's gonna
Very.
be a big time like drop in how it is, or if it's gonna
Yeah.
actually rise. You know what I'm saying? Like I hope it rises, but at the same time, like I don't really think it is. I think it's going. I think it's going further down. And the reason why I say that is, despite I like technology, don't get me wrong, but I really feel like that's what's fucking up things. Like when it comes to relationships or people, interacting in person and stuff like that. Like technology's kind of fucking that up.
Yeah, I do 100% agree with that. How old are you?
21.
Okay. So we got the opportunity to go outside.
Well,
We
I
got
don't,
the
I don't
opportunity.
wanna, I don't wanna, what I'm saying, be that person. Be like, how old are you? So how young are you,
Oh, I'm 20.
girl?
Yeah.
You
How
seem
old do
so.
I look?
I mean, like you look young as fuck, but like you seem like you're more mature. So I was thrown off. I thought maybe like 20, like my age to like 23, maybe.
No. No, I'm
What
just
in the fuck? I
wise.
feel bamboozled, huh?
I said no, I'm just very wise.
Very white. Yeah, I thought you was probably like a year or two older than me. Just
Uh,
based off like how mature your answers are.
oh. No.
There,
Very young.
there's not to knock anybody, but there's not a lot of people younger than me that would spit that much
Yeah.
about our generation. You know what I'm saying? They'd probably be
Mhm.
all for it. I don't know. Like that's crazy.
No, I agree. I agree. And I can honestly say this, like, it's not a lot of us, but I can't say I'm very blessed to have friends who are thinking the way I think, who want better for us and just also for this generation too. So I feel like once you it's if you surround yourself with the same amount of people that like think like you, it's like
Yeah,
you grow even more knowledge on it. And I pray on knowledge too. I pray on like more knowledge, more wisdom and stuff like that. And like I pray on stuff like this. So I just feel like I'm
yeah.
just blessed to have this and to have friends around me who also think like this. So it keeps me in alignment.
So you were like me. You had a lot of like older heads that you hung around with, type of deal.
I did hang around a lot of older people, but I didn't get my knowledge from older people really. I mean, I did
I
by
did. I learned a
watching.
lot from them. Shit.
I didn't because I mean I didn't really have people to really talk to me really. So I just what I did was just I learned my own lessons and then I also watched people and I watched
Okay,
different
you observe it.
experiences. So then like yeah, I observed. So like as I observe everybody, I just start to like know what it is, different things, and that's how I get my knowledge on like stuff
I
like that.
get you. I get
Yeah.
you. I'm still bamboozled at 20. That shit's crazy.
Oh my
I need
gosh.
you to spread all your knowledge around everybody your age and to 18, and we'll see where that goes. Let's see if that like can fix. You know what I'm saying? Fix the solution. Cause
Nah, like
damn,
I honestly I can't say I do want to do more videos like this, like talking about stuff like this, because I feel like you never know who's listening, because like I feel like we do have a lot of like not so great influences on social media right now, and
yes,
just
especially
kids
in my
watch,
category.
you know,
I say especially in my category because what's the first thing that comes to your mind when you hear of a male podcaster? People think of
crazy things.
people think of yeah, people think of like people like Andrew Tate or like people that
Yeah,
like to just bring
exactly.
on females and diss them, and there's no point in that. I get it, like you're doing it for views, cool, people gonna watch it and drama, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But for one, it's stupid, and two, it's not getting you anywhere. Like
It
to
really
ask
isn't.
somebody a question and then be like, "You're stupid for thinking that." What's the Then why'd you ask the question? Like,
Yeah, like what's the point of communication? Like, you're supposed to like. I feel like the problem is too is that everybody wants to be in agreement, but it's like, but what happens to our own individuality?
yeah,
Like, we can't just all have to like agree on one thing. Where's the sense of self? We're all allowed to have like agree to disagree agreements. If you get what I'm trying
yeah,
to say. You know, we don't always have to agree with the same things. And I feel like that's what creates ourselves and creates uniqueness within ourselves because we're all
yeah.
different.
And
I
that's
wouldn't
why,
want to think like this person, that person, because that's not the way I think. You know, we're
yeah,
allowed to have our own feelings. So I just feel like those people, um, they not really him. I mean him, but also this other guy.
I don't even know all the names. I just
I don't
see
even know
a
the
lot of the
names, but like, you know, like when someone disagree with their opinion, they go and like shut them out and like, oh, you can leave and stuff like that. Like you're just proving their point. Like that's all you're doing is proving their point. Because if
exactly.
I had to just disagree with you and tell you I don't think that's what it is. I think it's this. I think it's that. And you look at me like I don't know what you're talking about and just kicking me out. It's like
So
you
my
know you're
people,
being immature. Like you're
my
not showing manly vibes. You're trying to show like
my thing is, people when they watch stuff like that, I feel like they just watch it just for the entertainment, the drama. That's
Yeah.
it. Like they're not really
Uh,
like getting anything from it.
learn.
Like they're
Yeah.
not getting anything from any of the discussions at all. They're just watching it to see someone scream, to see someone flip the fuck out. Like that's what they watch that shit for. That's what I watch it for. Cause I'm like, I'm kind of curious. But
Yeah. Yeah.
I do think it's dumb as fuck as far as like if they're trying to show people something, if they're trying to educate some people on some shit, that's not the platform. You know what I'm saying? Like they're on the wrong platform for
Yeah.
that shit. But so that's why I'm like, I have this and I have the change right here. That's why I bring on predominantly females and show them like that assumption is not real. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Not all of us are
That's
like, "Yo, let's
good.
get rid of that assumption right now." You know what I'm saying? But,
Yeah.
and I think this is a great topic to really touch on because everyone has their own opinions on this generation, on the world we live in. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Like there's people who think like me. There's people who be like, no, like I'm trying to have fun. I'm trying to like, and I feel there's nothing wrong with having fun, but have fun and also be honest. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
like that's another thing. Everyone did. It's like everyone is lying to each other too. It's like if I feel like another thing too is you just be honest with a lot of people. If you just tell them, I just want to do it and that's it. There's some people who will literally just accept that and keep it pushing and be like, okay, I'll just do it with you and that's just that. Or I just like, nah, I'm not fucking with that because, I actually want you to die,
Yeah.
But the lying, the gaslighting, the manipulating, trying to keep her there, trying to keep him there and have your roster, it's like, it's not cute. Like, I don't know, when did that become like oh
I
my
don't
god,
know.
like I have to do that too. Like it's not cute. Like, and that's another thing too is like I'm not saying for every single guy, from the guys that I have seen, um, they think stuff like that makes them cool, and it builds their stamina because they feel more of a man
Damn it.
having a roster.
Yeah.
And it's just like, but girls sees that as like honestly, like girls really do see that as you're for everybody. Like you have no discipline within yourself because I feel like that's what makes girls want to respect you more. Because I respect the guy more who isn't outside, who doesn't have like a high body count. Because why are you doing with that much people? Like,
After like once I hit my senior year of high school, that's when like playing the field, all that shit got old to me. Like I got tired.
yeah, like
You know what I'm
that's
saying? I
like
feel like that was me growing out of it. But you still have motherfuckers that are my age and even a little bit older that are still on that type of time. And
still on
even
that.
for females too, they're still on that type of shit. So it's like, how the
And it's
fuck?
like,
Like,
why commit to that person? Why to that person you want them gas their head up
yeah,
just to keep them there? And then when they act out and they have questions and they like, wait, I'm noticing this, I'm noticing that. You try to control the situation. Like there's too many people like that. And I just feel like just be honest. Like, yo, just be honest with them and tell them the truth that, like, yo, I want to be outside. I want to talk to that much people. And I don't want to just be with you. I want to do it with you and do with this much people also. And I feel like a lot of people respect that. But then when you get caught up in lies, that's what leads to crazy women and crazy guys. Because everybody get their feelings hurt. And honestly, I feel like a lot of people's feelings are hurt.
Yeah, I don't get why people hype up rosters and shit like that, having a whole fucking NBA roster and shit.
No.
Because my thing was when I was on that shit in high school, because I feel like we all went through it. I
Mm-hmm.
felt like it was hard to keep track of all that shit. Like it was a struggle. So that was like extra confusion, extra stress on me that I didn't fucking need. So
Like you messing up her name now, like you saying the last girl's
and
name.
I've done that a couple times and I felt like a dickhead. Like most dudes wouldn't feel bad about that, but I was like, I feel like a dickhead now. Like damn.
Like, yeah, like it's
And those could
just.
have been like potential like good relationships I could have had like a memory with, you know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I just feel like it's cool I went through that now, but at the same time it really like wasn't all
And
that.
that's the thing, like you grew out of it though. Like,
Yeah.
and I feel like what. Okay, I'm gonna ask you a question then. I can. Okay. So what? But like, what actually like made you feel like okay, this is not for me, versus the other guys who will feel like, nah, like I'm gonna keep doing this. This is what I want to do. Like, why you think that?
So my thing was when, like I said, when I hit my senior, I kind of realized like what I'm doing is not really like I get I'm having fun, but I don't really like I want something genuine. Like I like in
Mhm.
the back of my head, I was like I kind of want something genuine. I'm kind of tired of this going around type of deal and going to different parties and shit like this. And got tired of it. So eventually, I just wanted to have something genuine. I wasn't out here looking for. At first, I was, and then I figured out that wasn't really doing anything for me. So I started just focusing on my own shit, and if it happened, it happened, and
Mhm.
that was that. So I don't know. I just like I said, I just got tired of the whole roster shit. I got tired of going around. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't want to like catch nothing because you're not invincible. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I feel like honestly that's like a punishment to people too because who goes around and around and around and just keep and just doesn't know how to stop. I feel like that's also a punishment towards them because I mean being disloyal to yourself in a way.
Yeah, and I
You
was
know me
afraid I was
like
gonna get stuck in that loop. You know, and
yeah,
just be
exactly. Like
addicted
you're
to
giving
that. I don't know.
like you're giving your energy to so many people, you're not being honest with them, like it's gonna be like it's too much stuff going on, like it's gonna end up happening. So I feel like that's like a punishment in a way
Yeah.
for like for people who goes around. Why you think that guys are still, even though like you say you stopped in high school, but some people, the guys who didn't stop in high school who are still doing, why you think they still doing it?
I think they're just, I want to say addicted, but I don't think it's an addiction. I think it's more so that's what they're used to. Like they're used to having that type of time, like being on that type of shit. So
Mhm.
for them to get out of it is going to be more of a struggle for them because they've been doing it for a long time already. If they're still doing it and they're my age or older, you know what I'm saying? It's going to be hard for them to stop doing that shit. Like they're gonna need a genuine female to actually show them like that's not the way to go. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna do this
Yeah,
shit the right way. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah.
But who's to say that's actually gonna happen? Because what female's gonna really give him that type of vibe if he's already giving her the vibe that he just wants to fuck and that's it. You know?
Hmm.
So that's where that struggle comes in.
This is it's just messed up, honestly. So many
It
good
is.
things no
It's a
one's
it's a
mind.
it's a fucked up world we live in. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Because back in what the '90s, early 2000s, even the early 2000s wasn't really like that. You know,
yeah. I feel like
people
it
were
was,
still like going out and meeting each other and shit.
and technology wasn't really there, so it was
Right.
really easy to cheat or to look for other people and stuff like that. Like,
People don't even use dating apps for the whole purpose of dating.
of dating apps, they only use it for hookup.
Like Tinder was supposed to be a dating app, and people use that for hookups,
And
and
then I
not
feel
even
like,
just that. You know, people use that for hookups. But what I've noticed too, even when I was on it like a while back, like a while back, was also a lot of not to diss females, but females were on there to for verification to verify that they were, that they were bad, and that's it. Yeah,
so it's all the ego,
yeah,
basically.
for ego shit. Yeah, so it's either for ego shit or for hookups. Like people
Yeah, I
don't
think a lot
forget.
of things are pride too. Cause it's just like, for example, it's something I heard not too long ago. It was this guy, and I asked him, why would a guy sit there and have so many bodies and stuff like that? Like, why wouldn't you just like at least vibe out? Like, why you have to be like doing it with every single girl you see you like, or like, you know?
Yeah,
And his answer was basically when he was younger, he didn't feel like I can say that he was very insecure, and I feel like that's falls into a lot of other guys also because they were insecure, and then as they get popular, you know, they get the clout, or you know, girls start looking at them, they don't know how to control themselves, so they go
yeah,
for everything just to like keep their self-esteem intact and their ego intact, is to keep going for this down the girl because she finds me attractive. I don't find myself attractive. I don't find myself valuable, but she does, and I like that. And I like that not only she does, but another girl does, and another girl does, and that fills him up. So I just feel like it just all falls back into everyone just needing to pipe down. Like, yo, I just feel like everyone just needs to like really love themselves,
yeah.
cause like,
I feel like with that, with like the females kind of like looking at you a certain way, like in that type of way. In high school, I feel like it was mostly towards people that did sports, and I was one of those people. So I feel like being in sports, but that didn't really help. So, you know what I mean? And
mm-hmm.
that's I feel like that's something that's never gonna change at all in any culture. Is if you're an athlete, if you do sports, like you're gonna attract
Automatically,
attention. You're gonna
yeah,
attract attention, yeah. Especially if you're good, yeah.
yeah, I do agree with that. It's just a lot to I just fall into play. I just feel like the same thing. Like it just too many people are just in their own world. Too many people are forgetting about themselves. But I can't say for what I've seen on TikTok right now, because back then it was
But
crazy. But right now I can't say that there are people who are giving dating advice. Like for example, I can say KB, I think his name is, and like him and like other guys. He's a dark skinned guy with like a cap who'll be like, I be telling y'all, but y'all want to hear me.
I think I might have seen some of his
Yeah, yeah.
pop
So
up.
it's just like sometimes us girls we need to hear it to it. We need to hear it straight. We can't hear the delusions. You know, the saying of girls fall in love with what they hear and guys fall in love with what they see. Right?
I think it's the other
So
way around. I feel like
really? I feel like it's the hearing
no.
part
I feel like
because
because when I feel like when it comes to seeing, I feel like that plays in both male and females. Like you can't tell me
yeah,
like if you see someone like they're not gonna catch your attention. Like it all starts by you seeing them, and then it's gonna go from
true.
there. And same thing with food.
But look, for a guy, everything's more calculated for a guy. You know, because for a girl we're emotional. We have
Yeah,
feelings. So you keep filling us up with good things to hear. You're giving us false, like you're giving us dreams and like promises and stuff like that. We're making that narrative in our head. You get what I'm trying to say? So it's just like we everything that you're saying to me is gonna be taken into consideration. It's like he could be lying, but he could also be telling the truth. And I start to like daydream and vision like us. Like, oh my gosh, like this is my man now, or like da 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 da, like you know.
yeah. I ain't
And
gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. I used to use that because I knew about that, and I used to use that to my advantage back then. Swear to God, yeah.
what?
Like, cause a lot of females they love those type of love stories, like those books and stuff. Like they
Yes,
like
they
that extra
do.
detailed type of stuff. So, I like whenever I would like text them and texting them was different. Like when I would say it with my voice, it was like a whole different level. So I knew like if I send them a voice message and I say specific shit and get into detail with shit, I'm gonna have it in the bag type deal. That was what I used to do.
That's the thing. A lot of players, I like to say you're a player, but you were, you know. But like a lot of players, they really do know about that, and they really do use that to their advantage because I can say that not all girls, but most girls, we all want to get married.
Yeah,
We all want that marriage, the kids. That's just what society put onto us, but also that's like something we always wanted in general, especially if we come from like a broken home. Like you always want that type of,
Yeah.
So I just feel like the fact that we all want that, and guys know that, and they use that as like a tactic to control and to try and like keep the girl in
Hey, I
check
wasn't
and
trying
be
to
like,
control. I was just trying to,
no,
you know.
no, no, not you, but like just saying like other guys, like they use that to like control their girl, or not their girl, but like that, not that they see it as their girl, but like to control the girl that's like, they know that's a good person, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Let's use
Yeah.
that to their advantage because they know that's what's gonna keep them here. And there's some girls who be like, I don't want marriage. It's because they're in a relationship with somebody who doesn't want marriage. And that's what they want. And that's what also falls in, like, it's just like girls hold guys into a certain standard. And I feel like we shouldn't make their opinions, what they say, so powerful on us. I feel like
Yeah, definitely don't. Definitely
because like y'all can say anything, really. In reality, like y'all can say anything.
Yeah. If you smooth with the words, then you're pretty much in.
You feel me? Because and I saw a video not too long ago that said a guy never really has to lie to you for real. If she likes you enough, she's gonna lie to herself, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And
You
start
feel me?
believing in
Like
shit that, yeah. Yeah.
you feel me? So you can tell me anything, and I'll just because how much I like you, I'm just like, yeah, like I'm
Well,
there.
I
But you
will
don't
say
know what the
I
guy
had,
is thinking.
I will say I had more trouble with the females that were more aware of that type of time, like that were more aware of that,
Uh
and
huh.
like can actually like catch that shit. Like, oh, you just talking, like you just all talk. But then again, a little play with words can still mix that
Can
shit. But
still do that.
I
Yeah,
had a little trouble
exactly.
with it. Yeah,
But what I can't also to add on to that is the words, right?
yeah,
Yeah, they can play on it. You guys can play on it and everything, right? But I'm gonna use me as an example.
okay.
There's someone who I'm just very aware. So and I catch on to I'm just a very aware person. So I can catch on to whatever you're saying quickly.
As I'm saying, reading by your vibe, it would like if I was still on that type of time, it'd be a little bit of a struggle.
Yeah, you feel me? So guys will see that and they see that as a challenge, right? You laughing, but I'm like, no, for
Old me would have saw that as a challenge.
they would saw that as a challenge and they'll be like they'll try and
Okay,
distract you
like
and be like, now you being
yeah.
disrespectful. Not now you keep assuming stuff. You keep asking me questions. You keep doing this. And just like
See that's why I wouldn't get like I wouldn't what's it called? I wouldn't get hostile like that. I would just be like, nah, that's not what it's about. Like
no, but some
I would
guys
keep it smooth.
would.
Like I would
That's
keep it smooth.
you feel me? Like there's some guys who knows how to like control themselves in those type of situations. There's some guys who don't. Who would
Yeah,
just get
yeah.
immediately hostile and be like, why you asking me all this stuff for?
And the one
Like, why because
and the ones that got hostile, you knew exactly like, yep, that's exactly what the fuck. Just prove my point. Right.
exactly. Because why are you getting so hostile for? It's just a question. I didn't do anything. I just asked you a simple question. You blew up like that. So it's just like, man, y'all be telling yourselves for real, for real. But
I
y'all
mean,
be telling on yourselves. But a lot of things that just happened a lot. And I can't say it happened a lot for me too because like I said before, I just catch up to things quickly. So guys saw that as a challenge and thought, you know, let me try harder. Let me put that hard. And the thing is with that too is there are girls who have good friends who will tell them, yo, wake up. Like, you don't see this shit. Like, you don't see what's going on. There's
yeah,
some girls, but there's some other girls who'll be like, no, like, this is like, man, he's a wonder. There's some girls who are generally just like friends with delusional ass girls too.
yeah,
They're like, who just won't really, they'll keep in that same position, that same place where you keep getting, unvalued, disrespected, stuff like that. But there's some other girls who will, excuse
yeah,
me, who will actually tell you, like, yo, like, this is kind of like, you're not wrong. Like, you're not this. Like, this is what's actually going on. So I feel like it's all about your surroundings too, because you have to have the right people around you as well, because you can't
yeah,
have a friend encouraging you to sit there and, you know, go for girl after girl after girl and like, you don't even have your stuff together. We keep going for guy after guy after guy and you haven't learned your lesson. You're still not valuing yourself enough to the point where you're saving yourself the trouble of these type of relationships and stuff like that.
yeah. But let's say the dude is also friends, like good friends with a lot of her friends. You know what I'm saying? Like they're good friends. Is that gonna
Never.
affect it? Like, is that gonna affect
I'm speaking for me. Never. I
it?
do not want my guy to be friends with my friends. No. That's automatic no. So you wouldn't be like, you
That's an
wouldn't know
automatic
me.
red flag.
That's an automatic red flag because why are you friends with all my friends? Like you have to meet them at the same time that I introduce y'all. Not when like before.
What if they were just
Cause
acquaintances? Like they just had like the same classes together, and that was it.
uh-uh.
That's
Mm.
still a red flag.
I just don't I mean I mean, being realistic in my situation, I can't say that none of my friends are gonna be friends with a guy that I'm like interested in. But for just to be like, to fantasize, whatever, I just don't think that's really safe because it leads other people to thinking, oh, I got you guys together because I knew him first, you know?
I see
Because
where you're
girls
going.
can think like that too.
Or
And
think that you're
sometimes,
cheating, or think that you're cheating with one of the friends or some shit.
yeah, that can also happen. It can cause insecurities, you know?
Yeah,
And I feel like having insecurity is not a bad thing, especially when you just want to try to protect yourself, Not in a bad way. You feel me? There's like, other ways that you can go about it. But um in situations like that, it can put you in a headspace of where you don't feel completely safe because you don't know if that friend's opinion is biased
yeah,
because she's
true.
also friends with him too. So it's just too much. I just rather just keep those separate.
I could see that creating drama for sure.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you're just acquaintance, like you just had the same class, like you know of each other, but not know each other, that might not be too bad. I don't
It
know.
might not. I mean, it depends on who's around you. If you have good people around you, you're not gonna deal with
it,
nothing.
it, it depends on what type of reputation you had too.
Exactly.
You know what I'm
So
saying?
if you're around good people, then you shouldn't have no problem.
Yeah,
Really.
that's true. But I
Mm-hmm.
do feel like the assumption, like like I get cheating happens a lot in this generation. Don't get me wrong, it happens a lot, like
Mm-hmm.
over the top shit. But at the same time, I feel like also because of that, people are so quick to assume so and so is cheating. Like even if they're really
Yeah.
not cheating, you know what I'm saying? Like they could just look in the same direction that happens to be a female walking by, or whatever. That could be assumed as cheating by some females. You know what I mean? And same thing with
Yeah.
like dudes would be like, "Why are you looking at him like that?" Like I'm just looking around, dude. Like, but
Yeah, honestly, people are triggered. Like people are
yeah,
really triggered because you never know who they've been through. And I feel like it's not like someone just cheated and like or they've been through a that bad situation. Like some they stayed in that situation, dealing with a narcissist and dealing with somebody who actually has issues. Like this it's hard for girls to get out of those type of situations. So when they do enter a new one, I can say we are not to say that some of us not really ready. I feel like we just need to reevaluate ourselves so that we wouldn't put our
yeah,
past situations into the new situation. Because I wouldn't want us to sit there and be like every single guy is like that. Because I don't think that every guy cheats for real, for real. I feel like it's
yeah.
just the guys that's just
I will
because
say
I can cheat for
everyone.
real. I can cheat, you can cheat, anybody can really do it. It's all about who can. If you really love me for real, you're not gonna cheat on me. If
I
I
will
love
say.
you, I'm not gonna cheat on you. So it's all about the person you're dealing with.
Yeah, I will say
So
everyone does go through like even the smallest little bit of that phase, but
hmm
no one's gonna like stay in that phase. Like they're eventually gonna go out of it, or they're gonna stay in it, and
hmm
that's for both genders. They're either gonna stay on the fucking streets, or they're gonna grow up and figure themselves out.
and that comes with growth.
Exactly. Yeah.
That comes with growth because I feel like growth will get us out of a lot of these situations that we're in because I don't think any of us are really at our best selves once if you're still in situations that traumatized us, triggered us, put us in bad situations and stuff like that. And we're still in it. Like how you want to progress with your life, and you're
Yeah.
still looking back. You're still holding on to that one person or to that one thing. So it's all about growth for real, for real.
I think us while we're young, everything is a learning experience.
Yes.
Everything is a learning experience. You know what I'm
Uh-huh.
saying? I think even when you hit in your 40s, like when you hit up there in age, you're still learning shit.
Yeah.
So I feel like you have an unlimited what's it called? Limited shit that you're gonna learn throughout your life, and relationships is
Mhm.
that part of that. You know what I'm saying? Or getting to
Mhm.
know somebody is gonna be part of that shit.
Exactly. I To add on to that is the control and the wanting everything to be perfect. I don't think guys really have that really that on life when it comes to like marriage and stuff like that, but girls have it a lot. We
Yeah, I
have
ain't gonna lie.
time limit.
A lot of dudes don't think of marriage. Like at
Yeah,
a
they
young
don't.
age, they don't.
Yeah, like they don't think about stuff like that. Y'all just think about like what y'all be thinking about. But
When it came,
speaking of
like
a girl,
I could say when it came to marriage, I would say like, okay, I gotta probably get married like maybe when I'm older, like 28, 30 or something,
yeah,
maybe.
like you thinking like that.
Yeah,
And okay, so my perspective on it is I don't think that we should even have a age limit on that. You feel me? Because I know someone who was like, who at their younger, when they was younger, they were thinking, I want to get married by like 25, 26.
yeah,
They're 28 right now. They're not thinking about marriage. They're not thinking about anything. They're like, they're going for school, they're doing their own thing, living their life. So it's just like, I feel like as long as you get through life and experience life the way like you want to, because I feel like if you keep on thinking like, I keep saying like, I'm sorry, but if you keep on thinking that I have to get to this place at that certain time because that's how I want my life to go, you will never actually see the value of life or actually enjoy or be present in where you are right now because you think about the future and how you want things at a certain time. It's like what happens to the progress though? Like you're
yeah,
too busy thinking about the end goal. What happens to the progress? Or you actually getting to know different people? Because I'm not gonna sit here and say that every single guy I'm gonna be with, I'm gonna actually like, I'm gonna talk to, I'm gonna actually date or actually like be in a relationship with. I feel like we should be able to talk to people and get to know different people. I feel like it depends on your limit because not everyone to sit there and have a roster. Like not gonna sit there and be like talking to different like whole bunch of people at the same time, but like take your time.
yeah,
And for example, the Lori Harvey situation, her dating history.
yeah.
Not to I mean, I'm not gonna say to each his own. I don't think that what she's doing is wrong, to be honest. Because I feel like she should be able to date around and get to know different people. If they're not upholding her standards, she's allowed to leave and go on to the next. You
Yeah.
gonna try to see? I'm thinking of it
Which
as from that logic.
which I don't even know the whole story of that. I just know her and Michael B. Jordan split, and then that was that. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah,
out of
I
nowhere.
don't know her full thing. There's TikToks I've seen that was like, when she was saying that she was gonna get married young and she broke off the marriage because she was like she wants to live in her 20s. She wants to embrace her 20s and be her better self, and she did.
So
She
you think
lost the
she?
weight,
So
huh?
do you think? I was gonna say, do you think in her mind, like she was just like, I don't want to be stuck to just him. Like I want to actually like meet other people, type of deal.
I feel like with her, not only off of her, but from her and for other girls as well that I have heard that said they wish they didn't settle. And I
Okay.
feel like that's the main issue that us girls have with that we do settle. We do settle for whatever that just come for us. Like even though they may be good for they have like, they have history, we grew up together or like, whatever case may be, I feel like you should be able to grow. You don't have to. And I'm against getting married young. I am because I feel like you're young. Like no guy, no girl wants to get married so young and not be able to embrace their 20s because there's people who can take that away from you. You getting married and having kids and stuff like that, you're gonna lose yourself because it's just like you didn't have actually get to know who was adult Yana, who's adult, like, who are you, and I feel like as an adult, you get to learn yourself as you continue to grow.
Yeah.
And you signing yourself up to another person so early and you lose your individuality. It's not only just about you now, it's about you and that person. It's no longer your choices about certain things. You have to talk to that person about certain stuff or about everything because you can't choose your own decisions at this point. And
Yeah.
then, like, when a child is involved, you really give yourself up because it's just like you really don't really have much time to really sit down and do your thing because now you have to take care of this whole child.
Yeah.
So I feel like with her, I do feel like she didn't want to settle. And I feel like she continues to say that in her interviews now that don't settle, remember you're the prize. And I feel like those guys were probably not treating her like that. And I feel like even though, everyone's looking at her like, okay, every single guy, like, damn, like, she dating this person, that person. But if you're looking at it from a perspective of that she's allowed to experience, she's allowed to live her life and to get to know what she likes and what she don't like. Because a lot of us didn't, we're not ready for that
Yeah,
marriage and for that, because you don't know if you're helping with material. I don't know if I'm like material or not. I
yeah,
just know that I'm young. I'm only 20. I want to date. I want to get to know people, but I'm not gonna force it on me. But I'm gonna
yeah,
let my life, live on and continue on. And if I date this person, that person, that person, let that be. As long as I know that my end goal is to get married and to be with that person that doesn't that doesn't cross my boundaries, who doesn't, have those flaws. So I just feel like we're all allowed to have that experience. I don't think
absolutely.
we should, break someone down just because they just dating this person and like a month or two later they're on to the next. Like, you don't know how they heal. You
Yeah,
don't know how they work through things. And a lot of people don't think they should heal because it's just like they don't think it's their loss, really. Because
yeah,
just like if I'm coming to you and I'm experiencing you and you just don't fall into my standards, I don't have to sit here and heal from that. I know who I am. I'm secure with who I am. And I'm just gonna go on to the next who will give me what I want. So I'm sorry, not to sound like it's a lot, but I
nah,
just think
you're
that's
good, you're good. I like it, I like it. You're good.
I just feel like that's the logic that all of us should have.
Yeah,
Now, what people get that confused with the whole cheating and talking to different people, like having their whole roster thing, that's a whole different ballgame because she's not cheating.
yeah,
She's just in the relationship. Then, like, some other like couple months later, she's on to this relationship. The difference between that is that she's known her standards. She's just going on to the next guy, whoever she take interest in next. But if you're talking to someone and y'all are exclusive, don't talk to someone else after that. Don't be sneaking around. Don't be doing stuff
yeah,
like that because you guys are having, y'all having a connection. You guys are actually building something.
yeah.
So I feel like the people who are having problems with it are just getting that part confused. Because
I got
just like she's not doing anything wrong. I feel like we all should be doing what she's doing, get to know different people. Just
yeah,
don't be doing it at the same time that you're talking to someone and actually like, putting energy to this one person because it leaves confusion and then that's what creates a toxic cycle and the questioning and the playing
yeah,
games and stuff like that.
yeah. I got you. I do see like when it comes to younger people, they're not more so that they're not getting married young, they're having kids young. Like that's the big thing. I can't tell you like every time I open up Instagram, I open up TikTok, like and don't get me wrong, these are like beautiful females, but they already have kids or two, and it's like they're not that much older than me. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
I don't know what it is, but they're all having a lot of kids right now, and I don't know. I don't see a lot of marriage. I see a lot of kids. So
Yeah, that too. Like, I don't want to say go too deep into that, but I will say that I don't want to bash people,
yeah, I'm not
but
bashing them.
everybody is responsible for their own actions. You
Yeah,
know, some people they want to be a mom, so that's had them having a kid is no problem,
which is cool, but
which
like
is
they,
cool.
I feel like they end up having kids with the wrong dudes because more than half the
Exactly.
time the dude is not present with them. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. I feel like okay, let's get down to how it starts. Okay,
I'm
and
actually
have it.
curious. So if you know, shit, hit me.
No, okay, okay. Cause I just okay. Let's get down to how it starts, right?
Yeah,
There's the we don't need a condom, right? Going on birth control. Why can't you go on birth control? Now, with that is when you're not really thinking about me, you're thinking about yourself.
yeah,
Because why would you knowing the symptoms, there's like a whole bunch of symptoms. You don't know how birth control can affect my body. You want me to be put on birth control because you don't want to feel the rubber, right? You can't control yourself and then you do it. Because let's be real here. It's not like, oh, like we can make the kids on our own. The guy has to actually in her to have
yeah.
that occur, you know? And I feel like it's kind of the guy's fault. I mean, it's the girl's fault for
It's the dude because he didn't want to use a condom and
mm-hmm.
he doesn't have a good pullout game.
Exactly. And I feel like it's the girl's fault, not the fault, but I feel like it's her. She was being irresponsible with not remembering the fact that you don't know the consequences of that happening, because not every time that happens you end up with a child, you
Yeah,
know. But you can't end up with a bad pH balance. You can end up in, like, because you don't know what he's doing, right? And then when the child comes, right, you're pregnant, right? There's guys who don't want the kid. They don't mind doing it in you. They just have a problem with the actual kid coming out of it. You feel
yeah,
me? So they'll leave you with the child. They won't be there. They'll be there for you the whole pregnancy. Then you find out they're cheating on you. They're doing you wrong. You lose the value in them, because I mean the girl lose the value in the guy eyes, because you're not the free sexy girl that I was attracted to. Now you're a mother. Now
yeah.
you're my baby mama. And a lot of guys don't value their baby mama, for real, right?
They treat them like
So it's
shit.
just
From what I see, and that's
like it's so much stuff, and I just like I be feeling bad, because it's just like I don't think it's right that like us women have to. I mean, not even trying to bash the single woman, because I feel like I give them all props, because they're doing this shit alone. Like not a lot of fathers are there, and that's what caused the toxic cycle to continue. Also, the fathers are not there,
yeah,
and I don't think it's their fault for the situation, because I mean, we all know what happens when we're in that mode. Like you don't not thinking straight, you just doing whatever. Okay, so
yeah,
I can only say is just that I do give that 100% the guy's fault, because your seed is what got them into that point, and you know what you was doing when you were trying to get into that point, because who knows, she could have just told you condoms all the time, and this one time you was just like, nah.
are you not saying the word because you're afraid that you're gonna get explicitized or something? Because this is
Yeah.
explicit category. Like you can say whatever you
Oh, it's
want.
cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so when a guy nutting her, right? Like I just
Go
feel
into
like
detail. No, I'm fuck with you.
nah, it's just I just without the guy, no girl being put in position. Without no guy manipulating her, telling him that the rubber don't feel good, we wouldn't be put in this position at all, because
Yeah.
it's his. It's his. Like that's what started it, and then it's his manipulation, his gaslight, his smooth talk that made her be like, you know what? Yeah,
You
let's
had to
do
put
this.
it in there.
And be like, wait, but don't do it in me. And what they do? Oh no, I got good pull out game. I'm good. You good? And then they don't.
Crazy.
Wait, what do you mean present?
Wait, what do you mean?
Wait, what do you mean present?
No, because you were saying like with the smooth talk, and I got good pull out game. Now
Yeah,
I don't have
like
kids yet.
it's just so much, and I just feel like, I mean, in the end, I feel like women do, all the girls do see it as a blessing in the end, because they got a child out of this that they really love and that gave them purpose,
Yeah, but hey,
But
if the dude, like I'm gonna say, if the guy is willing to do the deed, then he need to face those responsibilities for real, for real.
the consequences of it all,
Simple as that. Like, yeah, it felt good in the moment. Cool, you had
Mm-hmm.
shit. I think it could. Can you still hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I had like a little error thing that popped up. I think it's good now.
Yeah, you good, you good.
But yeah, they did the deed. They need to have that responsibility. Need to face up.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Because it's not like we getting stuff, we just putting stuff in ourselves. Like you guys are actually putting it inside of us. So
Yeah,
you have to take responsibility for that. And another thing too is guys, they don't show themselves of how they are going to be when the child is being conceived, and like when the like to show themselves afterwards, which is another problem too, because it's just like, why is after the child's here you want to act a fool? Why is after the child's here you want to you know do the utmost, and oh, my body isn't good for you no more, or like it's just like they forget that, I mean, yeah, you put me in this position, but take the responsibility in recognizing that I'm a mother now. I just expanded my whole body for your kid. Like my body's not gonna be the same. I'm not gonna have perky boobs or whatever, like, what I'm trying to say.
yeah.
So it's just like,
Which Which I do get why you say it is the dude's fault, but at the same time, I feel like the female should really be like, no, put on a fucking condom. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah, yeah, yeah. There are some girls
that's
who
when
will
y'all
do
need to
that.
really be like, nah, put a fucking condom on. Like stop playing.
Exactly, exactly.
Cause no one's I'm gonna say this, no one's pullout game is a fucking 10. All right. If we're gonna go on a scale of 1 to 10, no one's pullout game is a 10. So put on a condom.
Mm-hmm.
Simple as that. You know, birth control could work too, but you want that guaranteed safety, put on a condom.
Exactly, because especially when
Don't break
you
it.
recognizing that a lot of people, yeah, that a lot of guys, girls too, who are
Don't they have
outside.
condoms for females too? Like they have like little like not like condom things, but they have like little like rubber things that no, it's like a ring. Yeah.
Yeah, we do have stuff to like
Yeah. I forgot
protect
what
us
it's called.
from. Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like a
yeah.
ring you can put up there. I don't know how that works, but I just know they put it up there. Somehow it doesn't.
Yeah, for some, it's just I feel like it's just I don't know. I don't know if you're hitting the right spot. I don't know. I really don't know, but it's just like if it happens, it happens. Really, if it's a part of your path,
Yeah.
you really don't
There you
have
go.
that much control over. Like even though, like, cause there's girls who have done it raw and don't get pregnant at all,
Yeah.
right? You know,
Yeah.
and girls who do have the condom on and it breaks while doing it, and they don't know. The guy doesn't know either, and he's just going like he's just nothing in her and no problem, like not thinking a thing, like. And then we have the what's it called? Aftercare, not aftercare. The after pill, I just want to call
Oh,
it. Yeah,
birth control pills.
that
Yeah.
doesn't always work either. So it's just
Yeah.
like I mean, no matter what, I mean, we all know the consequences of having this is the child because we're really supposed to have it after marriage from the get go, anyways,
Yeah.
right?
But as we're going through puberty and shit, like we
That's
sometimes
not
we
it's
want
not realistic for us. We all are, we all have those hormones. We all are horny, and we're young and having
it.
fun, and so I mean, it's not realistic, but I just feel like if it's a part of your path, it's gonna be happening anyway. So I feel like as long as you feel comfortable with your decision, and then nothing to it, not everyone believe in it, but
Yeah.
abortion as well, because there's other ways to kind of like stop the pregnancy too, give it for adoption and stuff like that. But it's all up to you. It's all in your choice. I just feel like you want to just get to stop it from the get go. It's just
I don't know.
I don't
Like
want to say stop having sex, but
my personal opinion, I'm not with the whole abortion shit. Like you know what I'm saying? Like that's a whole human body coming out of that body. You know what I'm saying? Like if you can't take care of it, like you said, adoption or something, or like try to work it out, get through it, but don't abort it. Like come on.
you not for it.
I don't nah man. Like that's a whole life. You know what I'm saying? I understand
Okay.
people say like it's not alive until it's out or whatever, but that's a whole human species fucking
No,
going.
I get that. I get that. I just I'm for it.
I'm the type that would just fight through the struggle and fucking you know what I'm saying?
But that's different when it comes from if it's a good guy, with you, or a good girl with you, you're not gonna be thinking about stuff like that. Is the only girls that are thinking about abortion that are in bad situations. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah. Like I
you
can
know,
understand why they do it. Yeah.
if you're in a bad situation when you don't want that person to have a father, because if that was rape or they're together, like there's people who are still
See,
with that
that's
person.
that's a different situation. Yeah.
Yeah, and molestation and stuff like that. So it's a lot that goes into it. And there's some girls who just don't want to be mothers.
Yeah. That's true. There's
And
all
it's
kinds of
and it's a lot of
situations.
yeah, and it's a lot of surgery to get our uterus out and to remove that whole, situation, just to get rid of it. So it's just like, I mean, if this goes with your situation, you gotta do what you gotta do, So I just feel like I'm just for choice. I feel like everyone should get the choice to, if you want to, you want to, you don't. I mean,
Yeah.
I know I don't want to have a kid now. I want to have a kid after marriage. So I'm not
I
gonna sit
wanna
here and
yeah, I
say
wanna have one when I'm more established for sure.
more established. Yeah, more established. I want like after marriage and everything. So it's just like, no, everybody has their different goals, you know. So if it doesn't align with you and you decide, I mean, some people they regret their abortions afterwards and be like, damn, like, I should never did that. But I mean, like, if you did have the child, it would have kind of like messed up how, you know, what you got going on. And, you know, because even though a child is a blessing, I feel like a child is a blessing. It's always going to be a blessing, no matter what.
Yeah.
But not everyone's going to see it as that from the jump, you know? And you can't force, there's nothing more dangerous than letting a mother who do not want a child have a child. That's the most
Yeah.
dangerous thing. Not even the mother, but the father too.
Yeah.
You know, that's the most dangerous thing ever. So I feel like
That creates
if
that toxic
abortion,
relationship right there.
exactly. So if the abortion is to the answer, do what you got to do, because I wouldn't want to be out here pregnant and then I'm in a bad situation where I'm carrying the child and I want to have the child with my boyfriend though, or my husband though, or whatever the case may be. And, you know, you just never know the circumstances or the situation. But I just feel like everyone just should have their choice.
I got you. I get you.
Yeah.
But on a little change of pace, when it comes to like going back to the relationships and and what you look for
Yeah.
in relationships with a dude, right? Dude or yeah, okay.
Hmm.
So what exactly do you look for? Like, do you look for the zodiac signs? Fucking okay, good, 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 good. I was about to be like, yeah. Um, okay. So yeah, what exactly do you look for?
Um, to be honest, I don't really like to say what I'm looking for because I'm not looking for anybody, you
Yeah.
know. But I don't really like to say what I'm looking for also because I mean either way, okay. When you tell somebody what you're looking for, they can easily transform into that person. Until the 3 month rule, that's what they always say. After 3 months, when you start seeing differences and like you know you can't hold that same persona for so long.
Yeah.
I feel like honestly with the win-win situation, even though what's for you is for you, so I mean you're not really losing, even though if I say it or not. But because I mean like you
I
know
mean,
like
I'm gonna be me regardless.
you feel me, I'm gonna be me regardless. I'm not gonna change who I am. I mean like that's what I like, that's what I like. And if your persona end up switching up or like you know leaving after how many months, and that's just you. Like you just showed me who you were.
Yeah.
But and the red flags are never really that far off. So,
Mhm.
but I don't know. I mean, I do not look for the zodiac signs. Okay, with
Good.
that, um, I can't say some parts of zodiac sign is true because I'm a Cancer and I do have some Cancer traits, right? Where I was with a Aries, right? And I was with another Aries, and they were very much similar. So I can't say sometimes it does correlate, but I don't use that as like a oh I can't talk to
I
you
ain't
no
gonna
more.
say because
I
that
can't,
that could just be coincidence. Like, you know what I'm saying?
bruh.
Like, I'm a I don't even like saying mine because it brings me like to that moment where people ask me and I'm like, what the fuck? Like that I
But what
can't.
is it though?
I'm an Aquarius, so and I've
Okay.
met other Aquarius dudes and I'm like, I don't act nothing like this guy. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
like, I don't think every Cancer is the same. I feel like I mean there are some character traits that like I feel like we all carry, but I mean it
Yeah,
also falls
for
into
sure.
place with how you grew up, you know, your own individual personality, you know.
Yeah, I believe
So
there's some similarities for sure, but I don't think people should use that as far as like
yeah,
who they look for in a partner. Like that's a
yeah,
little ridiculous to me. You know?
that's a little too much. But I look at it for fun. I don't even think of it like as something I can rule my
So you're
life
not the type to
because
be you're not the type to be like you're a Scorpio. I can't fuck with you.
no,
I see that shit too
never,
much.
never. I feel
uh,
like that's dumb because I feel like you're losing out on people. You
exactly.
know,
Like
like
it's
why am I looking at a zodiac sign? I need to look at your character. Like who are you? Like if you're gonna end up like raising my kids, and you're gonna end up meeting my peoples, what type of person are you? I don't want to decipher that off of a zodiac sign because that's not for everyone.
is is height like a big thing for you as well?
Yes, it is.
That's
I
everybody.
like my
That's
guy,
just
huh?
everybody. I said
Yes,
that's everybody.
everyone. That is everyone. And
Well,
I'm also
every
live.
every
Like, how about you?
female, because for me, like I wouldn't care if she was taller or shorter. Like I don't really give a shit. Like
Yeah.
I would date a WNBA player. I don't care. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's just you.
Like
But
she
for
can
me, it's
tower
just
over my
like,
ass, but I don't give a fuck. Like
no, because it's just like, okay, for me, it's, I like to look up at my man. If you get what I'm trying to say, like, especially if I wear heels, because I don't wear heels all the time. But like, I'm a sneakerhead. I love sneakers.
I got
But, but when I do wear heels, I don't want to be like, for example, a wedding. Like, I don't want my man to be like looking down at or like eye level. I want to look up a little bit, you know? And
why
I'm
is
not
that?
even like a tall girl. I'm only like 5'4.5". I'm not tall at all
That's not tall, but that's tall for a female.
for a female. I
That's
feel like
tall.
five
Because
six, but
there's
I'm like
definitely there's def
5'6" with shoes.
because there's you said 5'6" with shoes.
Like 5'5", 5'6". I'm getting a little bit taller.
What kind of shoes? Like Air Forces?
Air Forces, all Jordans.
Shit, I must be 5'7" right now. Then fuck, I'm like 5'6" normally,
Mm.
um, but yeah, height's not really like a big deal. I think for dudes, but when it comes to female, that's like they always say they got to be taller or some shit. I don't really.
Oh, I like I'm taller.
I just I figured this out too because me being on the shorter scale as far as men,
Uh-huh.
I've realized when you have a good personality and when you have a certain amount of confidence, they kind of like the female you're talking to kind of forgets about the height.
Yeah,
Just
we
for you know
do.
what I'm saying? Like
Yes, for
I've
sure. For
noticed
sure.
that. I've had
When we
other
like
I've had other
somebody,
people I've had other people on here say no, like they'd still be looking at height, and I'm like, okay, I don't
no,
know.
I do agree with you on that because there's a lot of girls, especially me, like sometimes because I feel like we us girls we have a list. We all have our list. But our list are is very superficial because there's no flaws in that list.
Yeah,
There's no, something that can go off of it. Like the list is the list. You have to be perfect like that. And I feel like not everybody's perfect. And I feel like once we see it like that, I feel like we just kind of disqualify a lot of people who do have a lot of potential, who are actually a good person, and everything. So I mean, as long as we don't really take off the fact that they're a good person and they take care of me, they provide for me, like we have a genuine connection, we can honestly talk and everything. I feel like as long as that's stable, I feel like everything else should be whatever.
yeah. But yeah, I would say as for me, I don't really care about the height or anything like that. Just be have a good personality, be able to communicate with me, and it'll be square from there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And I ain't gonna lie, like everyone's judgy with their looks. You know what I'm saying? Like everyone has the looks that they go for. Like if you're not up to that, then it's like you're not really gonna catch that attention type of deal. But
exactly. Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, that's just how that is. Like that's not even you know what I'm saying? But
For type, I'm not gonna say I want Prince Charming. That's too again. That falls into the list that
that's
us
that's
girls
that's
we have.
that's way the fuck up here if you say that. I believe.
That's like, but I can't say I do have high standards. Um, I do. I mean, I have high standards. I just want to be with somebody who just kind of like me in a way, like who can have conversations like this and not be like, I don't like close-minded people. I like to be outside the box and be open-minded about certain stuff. You just never know. And I feel like as we grow, our opinions always will change. You
And not
know
so, and not someone that always agrees with you on shit, huh?
that too. Like I like to actually like
Like
hear different
motherfuckers really be
perspectives.
agreeing with
Like,
females. Like motherfuckers really be agreeing with females, thinking that that's gonna get them somewhere.
mm-mm.
Like,
Like
bro,
I like to actually like hear different opinions and stuff like that. But honestly, a guy who is honestly a gentleman,
yeah.
be a gentleman. I feel like we lack some of that a little bit nowadays.
I,
But I
de-
love
I
chivalry.
definitely do lack in some areas that I could be better on for sure.
But you can acknowledge that. So there's some guys who just don't care.
Or they're just lying
Like,
to you.
or just lying. That too. That too. Cause
Yeah,
like I don't think there's a guy. There's always gonna be a girl that a guy will do these things for. You know,
yeah,
and sometimes you're just not that girl that he'll do it for. But there's always a guy who will do it for you. Who will? treat you like a queen, and
Yeah,
But honestly, it's just all about like your personality. I mean, I'm big on looks and everything, but
they gotta be
because
able to communicate. That's my
yeah,
biggest thing.
because
If they can't communicate, it's not gonna go far. And I already know that.
exactly, because I'm not big on the whole calling me pretty all the time. It's annoying. I hear that all the time. Like I like
It's
people
very
being
simply,
you.
isn't it?
It's not sin because I don't mind a guy complimenting. I mean, if I focus,
But
if I
over complimenting, like
over complimenting, yes, and using that as a scapegoat when you're in trouble with me, or when we speak on a situation and you turn around and be like,
I've
"You're
used
so
that
pretty.
term. I've done
You're
that before.
so
When I did something fucked up, I was like, you look good right now. It's
like,"
got me out of some situations. Just some.
and it's I wouldn't say you do not make you a bad person. I just feel like you need to recognize like you just don't do it again. Like I
Yeah,
feel like communication also falls with that because I'm big on communication because I'm very honest. Like I like to tell you straight up,
yeah,
and sometimes it comes up hard because that's just the way I grew up. I grew up, being straight up and everything, and sometimes it may come off aggressive, but I just like someone who can communicate with me, who can actually understand me.
I got
Um, and I like the whole like I like the '90s vibe. Like we don't always have to be on social media, and I don't think our relationship should be
you. So you glad I brought up the
serious.
'90s, huh?
No, the '90s was good. Like, I like that. That we use that because I do like it. Because
Yeah.
go outside and actually like talk to
Talk in
somebody. Like
person. Yeah,
I
no
like
technology.
I'm like a mental high. If you know what I'm trying to say, like
Like you smoked before you got on this shit, or what?
no, no, I'm trying to say that not only for me but for every woman to get us more stimulated, you have to attract her minds.
Oh, I get what you're saying. Yeah,
You feel me?
yeah,
Attract my minds. Don't trying to like because I feel like it's nothing that also falls into me being pretty is or attractive to a lot of people is that they like the idea of me because I look like something, so they have that. What is just like no, I'm an actual person. So I feel like genuine genuine connections is like my type, honestly, right now. I feel like genuine connections, respect, being a gentleman, chivalry. I like flowers, like that old school type of like a nice call, nice text. Like I see no one's done that for me, but like that's just
or
stuff
actually
I picked
going
up
and or actually going
off the
and
past. Yeah,
picking them up, taking them on dates and shit like that.
yeah.
But
Like I
people
love,
don't do that. Though people don't do that shit either. So it's like, but
but I just feel like I mean the guys I have been with have like they didn't do the whole thing, but I did pick up on some things that they did do was right. The gentleman, the opening doors and giving flowers and going on dates and stuff like that. So it's just like I just learned that that was just my type of person that I can genuinely talk to. But to add on to it, so wouldn't be like the same. Because I feel like after each relationship, I don't want to have to be reminded of my past relationship. Like you have to be something different than what I'm used to.
I got you.
Keep me attracted to you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I got you. Damn, we went we went way over that hour mark. Damn, hour and 30 minutes. That's crazy.
How
But
long
that's
was
that's
this
how you know
movie
it was
for?
good though. That's how you know it was a good conversation.
Yeah, it
Um,
was.
yeah, we gonna have to end that off though, because it's gonna be a big file. But at the end of each episode, I do have like a little challenge or whatever.
Okay.
Sound nervous already?
Yeah.
So basically, I pop up like these little what do you call it? They're like these little cartoon type picture shits. Like how are your acting skills? I'm just gonna ask that.
I feel like I'm a good act. I can do a little something, something.
Okay, yeah, because basically the little pictures they're just acting out like an emotion, and
Hmm.
you're just gonna try to imitate that as best you can type shit. That's the whole challenge.
Really? Okay. Let's see.
She said, "Let's
Let's
see."
just see. Yeah.
All right, it'll pop up on the whole screen.
Okay.
All right, ready for the first one?
Yeah. Let's
Sound
see.
nervous.
Oh my gosh.
All right, how would you do that one?
Hmm. Hold on, let me think. Cause she gives off like she has a little way about her. Like act her out.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's definitely
Um,
like a night out girl. You know what I'm saying? Like a night out female.
all right. So can I just like talk to you,
What you mean?
like act her out, like just act her out, or just like speak to you after out?
I mean, are you talking about like acting out the scenario?
Wait, is that what I'm doing? Act out the picture?
Yeah, I'll say in the picture, but I mean the scenario. That's a different level. If you want to do that, I mean, shit.
I mean,
that's a, I mean, that would make it more livable. That'd make it better.
okay. So just out that picture, I'm gonna give out a scenario and be like, let's go to the party. Like, I just feel like we should just all have some fun and take some pictures, and then like,
That is like whenever I go out, that's all I fucking see. Like when I go into like these little outdoor clubs or like the little bars and shit, that's all I fucking see. So
yeah.
that's funny. You hit that shit spot on. You be going out a lot.
I don't go out a lot, but like I'm very
You
much
peep
a
it
picture
too.
girl. I love taking pictures. I'm very much a memory type person. Yeah.
I do too, but like people make fun of me for that. But you know what? I like to show off new fits and shit. So
No, I love that. I love that. Because we're young. We should be able to take pictures and stuff like that.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. This is the next one right here.
That says oh, right?
Yeah, I think she's like shocked or something. Yeah, surprised about something.
Oh my God. Like, I just can't believe we just did this whole podcast. I'm so nervous. I'm kind of very, very shy. The fact that we're actually doing this and not just going to be online and everyone's going to see is so freaking nerve wracking. Oh my gosh.
Are you still nervous like right now?
Oh, yeah, a
You said
little.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm a shy person. Like, I'm not very outgoing. So it's
Usually,
just like,
like okay, usually they start off shy and then they start getting more comfortable, more warmed up.
yeah, yeah, I'm getting more comfortable, but like, it's still there, you can
I
say.
got you. No, I
Yeah.
promise you, you did fine. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
Thank you. Okay, she looks scared. Um, the fact that this is gonna go out there and there's gonna be people that's gonna be criticizing what I'm saying is kind of like scary and it's just like, oh my god.
Nah, no one gonna criticize you. I promise you. If anything, like a lot of my viewers, like they'll go and like follow the person that was on my podcast.
Mhm.
Sometimes I'm gonna warn you that because I have no control over it. Sometimes they say some outrageous shit, and sometimes they actually show support. So I just
I mean, I'm cool with whatever. I feel like if I'm gonna be in this field, I have to be equipped for it. So
and you go TikTok live, so you're probably used to it already.
yeah,
like,
very much.
and there's that one.
uh, um, how would I do that? She looks like she just saw something that she wasn't supposed to see, right?
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, I can say that because there's a laptop in front of her. If you could see,
yeah,
yeah, there's a laptop.
yeah. Okay, so this is how I would do it. Okay, I'm gonna be different about it because she was scared, but it could be like an excitement type of thing, also.
Okay.
You know, so
Like
ready?
it leaves you room to really think like what exactly.
Yeah, like you just never know. So make it your own. So okay, you ready?
I'm ready.
Our videos out there. I'm actually super excited and like everyone's gonna see me. Everyone's gonna get to know me, get to know my opinion on different things. There we go.
So like so the whole cover phasing, that's like the excited way to do it, I guess.
I feel like because it stopped at that point. That's the picture. You don't know what's behind the hands.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And I think this is the last one right here. That kind
Okay.
of that can kind of give you an idea what that is.
She's terrified. So
Straight up, she terrified.
she's terrified. So I'm gonna say,
that
oh my
one,
god, huh?
I was gonna say that one. I would say confused me the most as far as trying to compare it to reality a little bit.
Yeah, because I don't do that thing, but I would just act out what she probably is going through behind that picture is hmm. I just seen a comment that said, "Oh my gosh, she's talking about all these other things that she's not pro-choice, she's pro-life. That's so scary. I don't know what to do. Like, they might think I'm this, might think I'm that. I don't know." Okay,
That's what I'm saying. So like with that one, I
it's
feel
just it's
like
a terrified feeling because the reputation. Maybe that's how I put it.
yeah, but
My sense.
I feel like people don't actually like do that emotion. Like all the other
No,
four people actually do, but that one's a little different.
yeah, I don't do that hand stuff. But yeah,
The hand stuff. What I picture was like she was maybe watching like a scary movie and then
I was
did all
thinking of
that.
that too. So should I knock that one instead?
You can, yeah.
Okay, so let me think of a movie that's scary to me. I used to be scared of Conjuring, right?
Oh
So
yeah, yeah. That movie's different.
yeah, yeah. So I will say, okay, okay, there we go.
So you're
Like
not the
I'm
type to
watching a
like
scene, huh?
so you're not the type to like do that whole thing even when watching scary movies or whatever. Like you would still watch it.
No. I'll okay. I wish for my emotions. I mean, like I'll like now because I have photographic memory.
Yeah.
So if I see it, it's gonna stay in my head. So when it comes to certain things that I know, because I usually know how scary movies they, it's always gonna be a pop up, a jump scare. So I usually would just like cover my eyes so I wouldn't see it, but I would just hear it. But that's the most I would do. It's just cover my eyes.
Okay.
Maybe a little small little
That
jump scare, but
so
nothing too
you'll
crazy.
cover the screen type shit like that. Like
Yeah, like something like yeah,
oh, okay.
because I wouldn't
Well,
see it.
I'll say most people just straight up cover their eyes or their face. So it's a little different.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That's a little different. I don't watch those movies though because I feel like if I think about it, like I'm gonna start hearing shit. I'm gonna start thinking the shit in my
It does
face.
leave you paranoid. Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's a no no for me. I stopped watching that shit a while ago. Mm-mm.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I give myself time in between. Like, I will watch one, and then like I'll wait like a couple more months, and then I'll watch another one. So I try to like space it out,
I
cause
get
like
you.
I don't know, I like the challenge.
You say you like the challenge.
Yeah, and I kind of like know how to like not think about it too much because I'm a thinker, and like things are in my head.
I
So
am too. Yeah, it'll be in my head for like a couple days and then it'll go away.
exactly. So I just try to like at least if I get it on my out my mind where I can't see it no more, then I'm good. Cause if I keep seeing it in my head, then it's a problem.
Yeah. See, I thought for sure you'd probably do that when you watch scary movies. I don't know.
Really?
You give off that kind of vibe, yeah.
Really?
Or
Okay.
like you'd be like, let's say if you want to date or some shit, then he chose to go to a scary movie, you would like go onto his chest or some shit, like turn around and put your face in his chest or some shit.
Yeah, most likely. If I'm comfortable with you, then yeah. Most likely, yeah.
I just don't watch him. I'm like, no, we're not watching that shit. You can
Nah.
watch it, no, but that
Is
ends
that
off
Nick?
this. You said what?
Is that Nick?
No,
What is that? Can you say?
I can, but like I also can't. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, okay, okay. All right. Just wanted to ask. Okay. Continue.
You was curious about that the whole time.
Yeah, 'cause I kept on looking. I'm just like, what is that? But I didn't want to like ask in between. So
I mean, you could have. I would have been like, it's not Nick. What?
so it's like I feel like I know what it is then, but I don't want to say. But yeah.
Yeah, because even though I'm like explicitized, like they still don't condone like I was drinking Malibu,
Mhm.
but if I said like what type of liquor, they probably do something with that, or if I said like what I was smoking, they would say something about that. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
yeah, like I'm explicitized, but I can't like go into detail of what exactly I'm doing type shit. That
Yeah.
makes
That
yeah
makes sense. Yeah.
yeah. But that ends off this episode. What'd you think for your first podcast?
It was really good.
I told you.
Yeah, I liked it.
I told you it was gonna be chill.
Yeah, you're right.
He
I
was
was
like,
just
I'm nervous. No,
like,
I do want to apologize though before we started because the only reason why that happened was I thought you said you was ready to go like an hour before, so I was like, oh shit, and I like came over here and started setting everything up, and then
um,
and I was kind of like there waiting. I'm like, what the fuck type of deal, you know what I'm saying? And there's been cases like where, and this happens to every other podcaster too, like people will say like, oh yeah, like let's get this schedule, I'm down to get on whatever, and
mm,
then like you'll get everything set up, and then they just they wait for you to post them, and then that's it. Like they just want that free shout out type of deal.
nah, like when you said, "Are you ready?" I was like, I mean, in my mind, I was saying like I was ready, but I was like, I'm mentally ready for like the podcast wise. That's what
Oh,
I was thinking.
okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I thought you meant like ready, ready, like you ready, good to go type shit. So I
No,
came in here
I
and
was
said
like, I would still need to
that.
get
Yeah, I got
myself
you.
together.
And then you was like, I'm still getting ready, and I was like, oh fuck, my fault. Like, I was over here waiting for a little bit, you know what I'm saying? But no, it was all good. It was a good vibe for sure. It was a good episode, as you
Yeah,
can see, because it went long as fuck.
yeah,
So it's a good thing. Definitely a good thing. So after being on this podcast, would you ever be on another one?
yeah, for sure.
You said for sure.
Yeah,
I made you more comfortable with like networking and stuff like that.
yeah. I
All
mean,
right,
I've
but
always wanted to do it. It's just, I just didn't know like how I would do it. Like, if I was to like, should I be invited or should I just start my own? Like, I was just trying to figure that out because my friends always like, you should be doing one or be a part of one because like the way I talk and everything. I know. So
I could
yeah,
tell this one was your topic for sure. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
But, I mean, if you and your friends started one, I said that's the way to go too. Absolutely,
Not for
definitely. And
real.
I use this tool right here, so you can always get started with this, and this automatically posts to Spotify and Apple Podcasts. So once
Mm,
I'll tell you how it works. So once I end the recording, I download the files, and from there I can upload that to YouTube, and I can upload the audio files to Spotify and Apple Podcasts.
mm. Okay,
Yep,
that's good. That's
yep.
really
That's
good.
how that works. So if you ever wanted to start one, I'll be more than happy to help you out with that.
Thank you.
Yeah, I got you. But I will say appreciate you coming on. It was a good vibe, and
Aw.
let me know how shit's going and shit.
All right. Well, it was fun. I like that conversation. This is, like you said, was most definitely my criteria of topics to talk about. And most definitely, I will do it again.
Bet that. All right, and you have yourself a good night.
You too. Okay.